Hey everybody, welcome to the shop. So today we're going to be doing a comparison video between two different kinds of sandpaper, two different brands. I'll be using my rigid 6-inch sander to do the comparison with. I've got some Tigershark industrial sandpaper discs, and I've got some Diablo. Now these are a hook loop disc, both of them. They'll work just the same on this sander, and we'll see how they perform. The plan is to do a comparison video here today with this sandpaper. I've got a nice piece of black walnut here. I got to be sanding for a customer order. So the plan is to do one side with Diablo and one side with Tigershark. I'll be using this 6-inch rigid sander here I recently got. I've got an unboxing video of this if you want to check that out. I've got a link popping up here in the top. You can go see that video. Make sure to give that video and this video a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't already, be sure to hit subscribe. When you hit subscribe, make sure you hit the bell. That way there you'll be alerted to any and all new videos that I upload. Thank you in advance. So let's get going on this. Diablo sandpaper. This is an easily ready, available sandpaper for me to get at the local box store. That's why I get it. That's why I use it. I go get other supplies. It's there on the rack, so I buy it. The Tigershark sandpaper. I recently have been seeing this stuff being used on Instagram. I've been seeing their posts on there, and well, it's time to just give it a try. You know, might as well see how this stuff works. What I'm planning to do is use the Diablo sandpaper first. We're going to use it here on this side, the Tigershark on that side. We'll just keep them kind of separated. Oh, it's going to be really important to see how they finish. You know, which one I feel cuts better, finishes better, final finish look, and all those things. Because I mean, really, if we're sanding, it's important that the 80 grit sandpaper really cuts down, that the 100, 120 grit, 150 grit are really taking away those swirl marks, and that the 220 can really put a nice final finish on the wood you're working with. So for the Diablo, I've got 100 grit, 150, and 220. So let's see, we've got 150 grit. I want to make sure I pull out the same sandpaper, 220 and 100. I'll work my way from the 100 to the 150 to the 220. That's how you should be using sandpaper. If you don't have one of these and you're a woodworker, this works awesome. I have a little video on this, quick review sort of video. I use this thing for chainsaw carving. I've got a second one actually I use for chainsaw carving. This is my woodworking in the shop one. All this fine dust gets collected. This thing works great. Be a link popping up in the top here for that video. Be sure to check that out. 100 grit Diablo sandpaper. That's where we're at. So we're going to pull that piece off. I'll tell you, the hook loop on this, that stuff sticks pretty darn good. What we got in this thing. Alright, so we're going to throw the 100 grit Tigershark on. Alright, I think that's about enough with the Tigershark. Lay out another tissue here. Well, first let's see how easily this hook loop peels off. Wow. I think that sticks about the same as the Diablo. So, if you're wondering how well they stick to your hook loop pads, I think they both stick about the same. And they stick very well. I mean, you really got to take some force to peel them guys off. I mean, it does kind of ruffle the edges a little, but you know, if you're going to use it again, I think you'll be just fine. This I laid down. My initial thought as to how much they pulled out, they look about the same. The idea of what side performed better just now, Boy. Well, I changed the camera angle just a little bit so you guys can see the tissues here and the sandpapers a little bit better. That way there you guys can see it, finish sanding and dump it right out. This is the 100 grit with a pile of sandpaper. 100 grit sandpaper with a pile of sawdust. As you can see, that made a pretty good amount of sawdust. And the Diablo grit, 100 grit, Diablo brand, and that's got as well a pretty good pile of sawdust. As of right now, for the 100 grit, is a finish on here. Just looking at it, I think the Diablo thus far has done a better job of cutting down the milling lines that I have. So this walnut was milled on a bigger mill. It's spinning around. It's got a bunch of cutter heads, and it took down any wavy spots for me. Basically prepped it for sanding. It does leave some fine lines in there though, and well, the shark side seems to still have several of those lines left. I mean, looking real close here on the Diablo side, there are a few here and there, but I want to say the Diablo did a little bit better. I mean, I'm trying to pull for this Tigershark because it's something new, and I really want to say it's doing a better job, but at the moment, it's falling behind the Diablo. The next grit we're going to move to is 150. The 150 grit Diablo paper on now. Diablo sandpaper. Has really taken out any swirl marks that I had left from the milling process. And I mean, this is a beautiful finish right now. This is just gorgeous. I could really feel this pulling and biting in, and it looks as though it really just did a great job of finishing this side of the walnut. First, we're going to peel this off. Again, the hook loop sticking very well there. And the initial dump. That's a pretty good pile. Hit it once more. Tigershark, 150 grit. That Tigershark performed nicely as well this time around. I got all the swirl marks out that were in there. And this is right down to a beautiful finish. It really is. I know you guys aren't seeing exactly what I'm seeing. This video is just kind of see which one's outperforming the other, even if they are, or they're not. I mean, as of right now, I'd say they're the same. Those 150s really took this down to just a beautiful finish on both sides. Both brands are performing very, very nicely. So I'll lay out another tissue like I have been here. Boy, that may have stuck a little bit better than the Diablo that time around. That did not want to come off very easy. This up, give this the dump. There's our pile. They look like they're actually doing the same. Get this aligned. That looks like time. This is just smooth as glass. Boy, this rigid sander is seriously performing nicely. Again, be sure to check out the unboxing video of this I've got. There was a link earlier in this video, but you guys hit subscribe to my channel, search through, you'll be able to find that. And I'll definitely be having a review on this really soon. Let's go right ahead though and peel that 220 off. Again, sticking on there very well. That hook loop is just, it's working really great. So let's see if we can get this out. Second. All right. Now
That was half the time that we've been doing this. And it's less than half of the sawdust, but you also got to remember, this is only 220 grit. We're not really trying to cut a lot of wood out. We're not trying to cut it down super fast. We're just trying to make a nice final finish. So it's a lot finer sandpaper. And I mean, this is ready for a finish, as in like an oil or a clear coat. I mean, that side's ready. Minus the fact that I just put my hands all over it. I'd have to clean it off, but as in terms of being sanded very beautifully, it's good to go. Apply the 220 grit. Boy. Okay. Hook loop on the Tigershark. That stuff sticks a lot tougher than the Diablo. Neither one of them come off while using, but that's on there a lot tighter. I mean, I really got to rip that off to get that off the sander. This, you still got to work at it. This holds a lot firmer though. Let's tack sawdust down in there. We're out. A second. All right. Looking at the piles I've got in front of me, I'd say, they both removed pretty much the same amount. The beginning with using the 100 grit and the Tigershark not cutting down as quickly as the Diablo, without timing it or getting a rough time, that could have been my fault. I could have spent more time down here using the Diablo than I did with the Tigershark. So, that could be me. User error, not enough time down here compared to here. I'll say they both really bite into the wood nicely. You got to make sure you're holding that sander really well, because you could just feel it want to grab, and they're just cutting through the wood really, really nice. The Tigershark right now, this finish in my book is great. Comparable to the Diablo. I mean, they're both smooth as glass to the touch, and these would be ready for a final finish. An oil, a poly, whatever you would do to finish this, they're ready for it. Boy, I have to say that at this point, I feel that they're equally matched. Right now, the only thing setting them apart is how much the Tigershark sticks better to the sander than the Diablo. The Diablo sticks great. It's when you do that peel. When you go to peel it off, the Tigershark holds a lot tighter. Don't get me wrong. The Diablo holds on there very firm. The Tigershark holds on there just a little bit more. I got to use a little more force to really peel that off. It might just come down to preference. Accessibility. Which one's easier to get? For me right now, I can go down to Home Depot and pick up Diablo. I can get Tigershark off Amazon. If you're planning ahead, you can have this shipped to you. You can also have this shipped to you. You can go to the store. Right now I can only buy this online. You know what? Let me do a quick look again, and I'll pull up some numbers. We'll see what our cost difference is here as well. After a quick search, I can give you guys some pricing. Maybe that could be a determining factor for you on which brand you'd like, because like I said, they both seem to perform very well. I will definitely be buying one or the other from now on. Here it is. Diablo sandpaper. Quick search, Home Depot. You get 5 pieces, right around $3.97. We're not including tax, so $3.97 for 5 pieces, okay? Tigershark abrasive. I bought this as a box, all right? So I got a box of it. In this box, I got 80 grit, 100, 120, 150, and 220 grit, 10 pieces of sandpaper each for $26.99. Now I did that through Amazon Prime and I got free shipping. Tax was not added. So $26.99 for 50 sheets of all those grits I said. Well, 10 sheets a piece for a total of 50 sanding discs. You come over to the Diablo. Like I said, a quick search. You can get something similar to this. You get 5 pieces in each little box for $3.97. Now if you add that up,
to get the 80, 100, 120, 150, and 220, it's $19.85 with no tax. So you get 25 sanding discs, 5 each of all those grits for $19.85, or you get 10 sanding discs of each of those grits for $26.99. The Tigershark's a better deal. You know, hands down, it's a better deal. You get more sandpaper, more bang for your buck, and honestly, it performs just as well. I don't see where it outperforms the Diablo, where I should be paying more money for this Diablo than the Tigershark, because really, they're on the same playing field in my book. I really hope this video has helped you guys out. You know, if you don't like the way I did my research, please buy these, do your own. Feel free to check it out for yourself. You know, I mean, that's the best way to see what is going to fit your needs the best. I'm just trying to pass along a little bit of info, you know, of my own. So I know for me, more than likely I'll be ordering the Tigershark from now on. I don't like to waste money, so if I can get my bang for my buck, that's what I'll be using. Again, hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Real quick before you go, I just want to thank you for watching this video. If you haven't already, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe to my channel. When you hit subscribe, be sure to hit the little bell that pops up. That way there you can be alerted when I have some new videos uploaded. I thank you guys again. You can follow this link right here to hit subscribe. Check out some of these videos that are popping up, and I'll see you next time.